it.
All right, come and get some.
Yeah, I saw this guy's video where he was talking about this game, and I agree with him in terms of like the rewards. Like some of the jewelry is just okay. It's not like the most amazing thing, right? And I'll be quite honest, like when you defeat a boss, did y'all see that? Yeah, I really wish they would kind of, I don't know, iron this game out just a little bit. Iron Burrow is actually, if you're gonna have a glitchy game experience, I've noticed it usually happens in Iron Burrow. Iron Burrow, where the Dark Elves, the Dren, where they live, it's I don't know what it is about that map. It's not horrible, but if you're gonna see glitches, like really like weird glitches, you're gonna see them there, right? So yeah, the dude's talking about the game, saying it's not very good, it's crap. Some of the gunplay, it seems interesting, and it seems like, you know, the damage is elevated here and there, but really it's not. And some of the status effects actually don't last as long as certain mods say they do. And some of the mods are crap. So yeah, I agree with all of that. But then this sucker face, he shows you gameplay, right? So he goes up to one of those crystals, because most of the conversation happened in Ward 13. He goes up to a crystal and he activates an immunity on himself, like he's impervious to damage. And he starts playing the game because he wants to get to a boss fight to show you how lackluster the combat is in the game. And he's just like, nothing can kill him because he's got some kind of I'm assuming it's a cheat. I don't know. I don't think you should be running around like not taking any damage, right, when you're trying to show combat. I think that's like in real poor taste, because he swears he actually beat the game. And my question is, how much of that was done with this immunity thing on you to where you weren't taking any damage whatsoever? Because I'm gonna find it really hard to pay attention to like the points you're making when you're showing me that you're using some kind of cheat code to get through the game without taking any damage. Unless I'm wrong, unless there's some kind of loadout that makes you immune to damage every time you're in combat throughout the duration of your adventure, it seems to me like he was activating some kind of code to where he's just completely shrugging off damage. Because in either fashion, okay, if you're not taking damage, I feel like combat exchange is not just how much damage you're putting out toward an enemy. I feel like it's also, combat is also about how much damage you're taking yourself, right? So if you remove the ability to take, like if you remove your character, like any damage against you, and you're trying to talk about how bad the combat is in a game, that's not an argument, because it doesn't matter how crappy a boss fight is. If you're not taking any damage unless you fall off a cliff, then how you making an argument like that? Like, you're showing us in real time that you have this thing that you can use that makes you damage proof, and you want to put it on to show us combat. And I'm sorry, but that was the part of the video I just stopped watching, because you're not making an argument about combat in this game if you're turning off the game's ability to hurt you and murder you horribly. Going for my dog. Me personally, like, yeah, I'm not crazy. I am not crazy at all about the lack of goodies you can find in this game. It's actually kind of disappointing sometimes when you're not finding stuff, you know? There's that camera thing again. But if the game is balanced enough, if the game is balanced enough, to where I'm still having a good time while I'm exploring, then I'm just like, I get to the point where I turn off my disappointment in the lack of of stuff to find, right? It's still fun to shoot, it's fun to kill stuff, it's fun to explore, and this game has quickly become a guilty pleasure for me in terms of I feel like I'm not very good at it, but I'm having a really good time with it. So, but yeah, I mean that video, dude's like he's just going on about like and again, I did agree with him on like the lack of cool gear that you can actually find in the game or the lengths you have to go to find really good loot in this game seems a little off. I agree with that totally. But if you're going to sit there and you're going to critique the combat and you're going to shut off, like, you're going to find a way to protect yourself from damage. And I dare say you're not actually showing us anything about the combat. You're just showing us you running through the game, just shooting whatever you feel like shooting, looking for a boss to show us how crappy the boss fights are that you don't like. And you're not taking any damage. So yeah, how much of the game did you play with that turned on? Like you say you finished the game. Well, you could technically finish the game in just about any difficulty, couldn't you? It's just turn on your magical invincibility shield